listening to M.T.V.B. podcast. Movies, TV, video and board games. This show may contain swearing.
Hello, welcome to a brand new episode of the M.T.V.B. podcast, the podcast that talks about my four favourite subjects, that's movies,
TV, video games,
and board games. I'm your host Anthony, as well as most people know me as the Antman, and welcome. It's that most wonderful time of the year, it's Spooktacular season! So this year, we're going to do something a little different, aren't we, with Spooktacular? Normally, we would talk about a movie franchise and go deep into it, but this year we're going to tackle each topic of the podcast itself, to do with video games, board games, and movies. This episode is a video game episode talking about our top 5 horror video games of all time, and I'm joined around the table by the guys that love to talk about horror video games. Introduce yourselves around that table.
Well, I am Chronic Captain Two Lists.
I am Heisenbyrne.
Just Heisenbyrne.
Just Heisenbyrne.
Just Heisenbyrne now, that's it. It's
What
just
happens?
Heisenbyrne.
And Abominable Antman.
We'll take it. I'll take it with one word, man. Why not? I'm hairy enough anyway.
Evil Ant.
So, as you can tell, this is a completely different location to the normal conservatory studio that we normally do at. We are here in our new location, which is Surrey Primark's here in Hawley. I'm sure my editor-in-chief will add a logo somewhere and a description into... a link into the description to please see these guys, support them, check out their social media, and obviously book a room in this fantastic gaming room place that it is. Okay, so let's start with going around to the table and introducing one another, starting with our...
Resident Time Lord. Yes, it's H, Captain Two Lists.
How are you, sir?
I'm very well, thank you very much. Overwhelmed to be at the Surrey Primark.
Right?
Yes.
How good is this place,
Amazing.
right?
Amazing. Yeah.
The new home. Love
The
it.
new home.
And is there 2 lists this time?
Of course there isn't. No.
No, in all fairness, it was a last minute topic, and I'm just glad you got you on here for the actual 5 itself, so we'll take it.
and-
Previously known.
Previously known as Captain 2 List, definitely.
Captain One List. No, I won't make any excuses. I think we've all pretty much said the same thing. It's been a hard subject to get a lot of content out of. Yeah, 5 games for this list. Could I have gone to 6, 7, 8, 9? No, probably not. Because on reflection, I think unless you go quite recent, which I didn't want to do, I didn't play a lot of horror games.
But he still made it on the episode, guys, so we'll take it. Thank you to our other hosts that normally show up on the podcast. But anything else on the list? No?
No, we're going to go back to the 80s and the 90s with my list, folks, because, I think the older that I got, the less inclined I was to play horror games. Not that I'm
Bang
very
on.
squeamish. Yeah, movies, TV all day long. But when it came to the horror game genre, I don't know. I wasn't shying away from it. I just didn't play any
I still
horror
play
games.
There's a new genre of horror, and then there's a new genre of horror games, and I think they're both sort of stopped at the same place. But I do like the horror films a bit more than the new horror. There's
definitely.
a franchise that I can still kind of stay loyal to.
I think we're all going to have that on the list, but
You
we'll
know
take
what I mean?
it anyway.
It's like, so it's not so much I'm playing all of these. I'll just kind of stay loyal to a.
Yeah.
So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of that.
It could have been
easily.
But I've gone for a varied and a more of a theme. Not so much of it. They're not really scary. Some of them are, some of them not. But there's more of a theme of like running through the game.
Okay.
Speaking of that, hi Chris. Hi Heisenberg. How are you?
I love the music.
So you've gone for the theme, you said, side of it. Okay.
We need to get that in spooky.
We are spooky season anyway.
Yeah.
But
So
no-
I think it was the same. It was like when I wanted to play them, I couldn't afford to buy all of the spook. So you
yeah.
So and now that you've got to them, they're either not as good or you don't have the time to play them as much. And then there's like
a bit of everything, really, isn't it?
again, you just stay loyal to franchises, don't you? Or just it just ends up happening. It's the way it's happened.
Nice.
But there's a lot of hours and a lot of fun here. Not scary, but there's a lot of fun that I had playing these games.
But at least you still had some sort of interaction with them. It may not be scared, but it's still, again, fun to play with.
Yeah. I mean, there's one that scared you, and then, there's two on my list that scared. The rest are just fun. Yeah.
Call me intrigued, guys. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
But yeah, nice. So what we normally do, guys, is ask ourselves a couple of questions before we do our top 5. So first question is going to be the obvious one of all. You kind of tackled it, Howard, a little bit, but are you fans of horror games at all? I mean, I know you say you don't play them much, but
it wouldn't be my go-to like horror films would be. I'm still very much a platformer, side-scroller, beat-em-up type of guy. I like those games.
Yeah.
I think when horror games were first introduced on home consoles and with the advent of the PC, they were still very much of their ilk. Then they started progressing into a lot more like a story-based type game. And there's maybe one or two on the list here, but they adapted with the audience, and I think rightfully so, and that was a good thing. And I kind of moved with it, but yeah, it got to a point where it just lost me. It became a certain type of game, and I just wasn't interested.
No,
I've
that's fair.
just been perfectly honest. It just wasn't my thing.
Yeah.
So horror games moved on, and I did not.
There's I don't know if you have it, but like obviously we have a PC general on the show, don't we? So he probably plays these a bit more, but in like your YouTube shorts, there's like these mods.
I knew
or
you'd do that. Hang
something
on one sec. Oh, there we go.
where you have like either the puppets, like the Weeping Angels from Doctor Who.
Yes, I mean,
you
you'll
see
obviously
them, and
know
they're
what that is.
every time they turn away, you look back. I watch those videos, I think, that game would freak me out. I mean, I'll never play it, but I would be intrigued
to give it a go.
I think that's the only sort of game that would have me feeling like dread, because I don't think the dread's there anymore as a kid. Like,
I think it depends.
Dying as a kid was...
It's just fun, wasn't it?
It was hell.
Like, yeah.
No, because you were annoyed that you died. You either had to go back to a save point or you had to do something. Whereas when you got older, you just kind of like, oh, well.
But again, I think that depends on the type of game that you're after. I watch a lot of online gamers via YouTube. One of my favourites is Fooster. And I think Fooster's very, very good at what he does. He plays a lot of horror games, but he plays the story-based games. And there's a lot of jump scares that developers put into games nowadays. It's telling the story. So you get to the end eventually. There's nothing to really challenge you, but I think it's more about they're trying to turn it into a cinematic experience. So the more jump scares that developers put in, I think that's what kind of sells games these days, from my point of view. But yeah, again, not quite my thing, but people do like it.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's where it's ended up now.
So, Chris, you sort of mentioned about a specific franchise and stuff. So my question was that, do you actively look out for horror games themselves, but where it comes to your franchise, do you look forward to the sequels of that at all?
I do. I've not been able to play like the latest one, which is like obviously quite old now.
Yeah.
But that's one that I haven't been able to do. But there's older franchises that if they became a hit, if everyone started going, this new game, or, then I'd be like, the legacy's there for me to go, I'm going to play it. But I don't know if I would be intrigued to, no matter how good the trailer is, for me, unless there's an IP of some sort, like if I was being chased by like Voorhees or Freddy versus, some sort of like IP that would take me to that horror game.
So you're not buying it on day one. You will play it, but like you're not rushing to.
Pretty much, I think.
You're still looking forward to it in a way.
It would be a sale, and there's I'm basically stealing it.
Yeah.
I think that'd be but I'd have every intention of wanting to play it. I just don't think it'd be one of those ones that I'd go to.
Yeah.
It's fun. Kind of like the future of horror, where Howard sort of mentioned it went further and he stayed behind. But there is like a market for the online horror franchises now. Like we had Friday the 13th, we've had Killer Clowns from Outer Space has all come to Texas Chainsaw as well have all come out to their own games. Would you give it a go on the online side of it at all? Or?
Well, I did, being a very, very big fan of a particular franchise, as we all know by now, I did buy the Friday the 13th game for the Xbox. But by the time I had bought it, the company had decided to stop the online feature of it. So, it wrecked the game basically. So I now own a dead game. But that was going to be my first foray into online horror gaming.
Sure.
However, Dead by Daylight, I think,
is a good game.
and that intrigues me because again, a lot of IPs invested in that one. So I think yes, I would. It's just finding the time to do it.
No, absolutely, yeah.
See, I tend not to play the multiplayers anymore. If I play a Call of Duty, I know, shock horror, I just want to play the campaign.
But it has zombies in there.
I want to
so
play
that technically
campaigns, and I'm more about the what I had was a massive group of online friends, which is now dwindled, maybe down to maybe 3 or and
3%.
Everybody wants to play different things now. It's not like the whole game lives for me on the last online game I played was Wildlands, Tom Clancy.
Oh yeah.
But that's because there's 4 of us and we all invested saying that we were going to do it and we played it properly. But I wouldn't want to play with 4 randoms.
You want to play with your mates?
Yeah, if my mate's gone off dicking about, I'll be like, Joker.
No, yeah.
Whereas with some other knob, you're just like, what's this bell end doing?
And if they don't have a mic or headset, you can't tell them to go do this, do that,
and
whatever.
It's just like, or you're the noob.
Yeah.
And it's just like, so online for me is not so much now, really, I don't even play FIFA online anymore.
No, I'll be honest, I think the Evil Dead had a online one a couple years ago or something. I was so intrigued by that, but apparently that's dead in the water now as well. It lasted about a year or something.
They do seem to, there's always that initial hype around it and people get really excited. Nobody really wants to put their time into it.
I'm never buying an online.
No.
Destiny,
it's like
Destiny for me is just no, it's just only online. I've got no time for
No time for it.
Even though I've got the time for it, I've got no time. It's like that one. It's like...
But
my friends love it.
Either.
Certain friends love it. And it's like... And I missed out on a lot of gaming and I got a lot of gaming we play Destiny tonight. And it's like, well, that's not me.
I agree with what you said though there, Chris, about, if there was the opportunity to play online, you don't want to play with random people from halfway across the world.
No, yeah.
Because you need those stupid side quests with your friends.
If we all started doing online, then that game, you'd just say, right, let's buy this. And then you'd have the laughs and the funny story. That's basically, oh, you missed this thing. You wouldn't believe you got trapped in, it's just all the fun and games that you get from playing with your mates.
Absolutely. I have nothing else to say on that because we've kind of tackled this on a earlier episode years and years ago when M.T.V.B first started. Interested? Please go back and check that out on YouTube or Spotify.
Okay. So what console would you say was the best for your horrors? Your gaming...
I don't know, because it kind of gives away my top 5 if I do that.
If I say
But
maybe come back to that one.
We'll come to the end. We'll come back to that one because it's going to give away. But I've got nothing else on that. If you guys do anything, no?
Let's go for it.
So let's go to the top 5s. Let's do it!
It's time for a top 5.
So for anyone who hasn't followed us before here on our channel, what we do is we roll a 20 die here to determine who will go first with their top 5s. Would anyone like to go first?
I think we'll let Chris go
the
first.
streak.
Well, yeah, he's saving it for last. So we got an 18.
Oh, that's a great number.
I'll go next.
I'm going to stick.
You stick with that. 11. I actually got a good score.
Split man.
All right, let's go for it.
He's so good last now. 5! The streak is over!
I lost to the better man.
So, Chris, you'll be going first this time round. Are you ready for this, sir?
Yeah.
Right, let's do it.
Number 5.
Over to you, sir.
Number 5. So, we're going to 98.
Okay.
So, what do you reckon the old console is?
PS1.
Yeah.
Oh, it's good, but it's not.
Oh.
PS2.
It's not.
Saturn?
It's close.
Dreamcast?
It is.
No way!
Yes, we're going Dreamcast. And we're going for 2 agents from the AMS, which was James Taylor and Gary Stewart. Do you remember?
Yes!
And this is the House of the Dead 2.
Yes!
So this is like one of those ones where I'll say it about the horror's well and truly there, but there's not it's not a scary game.
No,
From,
but it's
I mean, there are
definitely-
jump scares
No,
in
yeah.
it, and it has that sort of. But this game,
How did I not even think of that? It's
I
like-
spent so much money on this. I bought the
100%.
game in the arcade.
Yeah.
Twice over, I reckon.
Yeah.
Easily. Easily. Because it was so hard.
It was,
Like
yeah.
those zombies, they're like the red guys out of High Crisis.
Which is
They
the
were
bosses
brutal.
as well.
They just didn't
And I
wanna
always
die.
found the flying minion guy.
Yeah, yeah.
He was actually like one of the hardest bosses. Because as you got through, maybe the last one where it was, they got easier. It was like he was there to eat your money.
Yeah, yeah.
That boss. And this was just like a full-blown shooter, like Time Crisis, like Point Break, and it's a side-scroller, so it moves you forward with the story. But what you get, and this is where the game was, you either had to save certain people, like from zombies, and it took certain playthroughs to know that you had to turn that corner and shoot straight
Yeah.
away, like the guy at the well.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then there's a bit like, if you don't shoot the key at the bottom, like...
Yeah.
Yeah, you go the harder way. And it's just stuff like that. And it's just, I spent so much money. So when I got a Dreamcast, it had to come with House of the Dead 2.
Did.
We managed to get another gun after because playing, it's not like having the shit controller.
No, it
It's
was
like
actually...
You're having the shit controller with the analog. You try to shoot with a control pad,
Yeah.
it was a nothing. So this game became good when we got the second gun, and you could both play it.
Dreamcast is so underrated, dude, honestly.
But it is and it isn't, because they seem to forget, like, I still wanted a game, and you could complete that game in about an hour and a half, you know.
Yeah,
like,
not even that,
It's,
yeah.
I'm done. You know, same with Time Crisis. I completed that Christmas Day, went up, completed it, come back down before dinner. And I was like,
It's a 20-minute game, Time Crisis.
you've been after that for months, you know. But this one, like, it was just so much fun, and it was just working out the patterns. And then what they put in, they had original mode and like the boss battle mode, so
Yeah.
you could just do the bosses and like get better weapons. But yeah, it's classic B movie.
No, it is though, and the conversion on the Dreamcast port was arcade perfect. Like,
Yes.
you could tell, like, some of them, like the Sega Saturn struggled with House of the Dead, the first
Yeah.
one, but the Dreamcast version was perfect.
It was really, really good.
Did you get the gun that has the thing you put your memory card at the
Yes,
back of it?
at the back, the
That's
actual
it.
one,
Like,
yeah.
it actually felt like you loaded your gun up.
But the game came with like the box and like and it had like a see-through, so you could see the gun
it.
in the shape of the house.
Oh, I remember that was a particular selling point of that.
Yeah, you'd
particular
see it
brand.
on
Yeah, I
the
remember.
shops, because I was always Electronics Boutique.
Yes!
Before, I was old school boutique. Game was cheap.
Yeah.
I can't believe game won.
Yeah, I
You
can't
know, I
believe it as
thought
well.
boutique would have helped.
Yeah.
So I was always boutique.
Did you have the electronic the card as well?
Yeah.
Yes.
And you always saw it, and it was just always out of the price range of what you had as a. And it had, it was November '98, which means I had to wait. Well, no, this one I bought because this is like the Dreamcast.
Was 99 for Dreamcast.
Probably one of the only computers I actually bought. They've all been sort of
Hand-
guessed around the
hand-me-downs,
years, you know. No. Yeah, so there's not much to the game, just apart from how much fun I had and how much time we actually spent playing this. And I played it. It was one of those games, if I could just whack it on for half an hour.
Yeah, absolutely. I miss light gun games so much, honestly. Even if the home ones are, still around,
The thing
I'd
is,
be
we've
all
got
over
the
that.
TVs now, and we've got the better technology. You're telling me...
How can we not do it?
Well, I was reading recently that there is development of it's kind of like a box that you plug into your flat screen TV, and then it, like the old tube TVs, it will detect based on, there's a camera in the gun, so whatever you're pointing at on the screen, it will recognise the game. So based on I think it uses some form of AI now, but they are getting there. There will be a gun. that will
Capcom
be
should have,
released.
and Sega should have just been like making it their part of their staple, with like progressing the technology.
Should be
Yeah.
priority
Because
number one,
if
Chris.
Time Crisis had carried on, we would have had like this thing on top of our thing, like a little pedal and
Add in the scanners to
little
our telly
things
or
and little
something.
balls or whatever. You would have just it would have worked. I think we're missing a treat with like gun games, like you said.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, they have done House of the Dead remakes, but they're literally just for the controllers now, which you said is no point doing,
well,
is it?
I'm never playing that because it's just, I'm not as quick and it's not as fun.
No way.
It's just like, that's
just takes the element away, doesn't it?
The game's not fun without the gun. It's poor.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really poor.
Absolutely.
That's why like no one ever wanted to play Player 2, so I had to get a second gun for it to be played.
Nice. I wish I had the 2 guns, honestly. Great choice though, mate. Honestly, I can't believe I forgot about House of the Dead. Anything else in it?
Nope.
Cool. Would you like to go next, or would you like me to go clockwise? You're going to go last, are you?
Yeah, I'll go last.
It's new for you, isn't it?
No, I know. It's a totally new experience.
Right. So my number 5 is going to be one that was on the PC as well as the 360. And this was a change to the genre of this installment, but my number 5 is Doom 3. Now, if we all know Doom, everyone loves Doom, and Doom is very hard, heavy, gory, rock, metal, all that sort of stuff, isn't it? But then, for some reason, with Doom 3, they completely changed it up. Like, they actually added more horror to this game. So it's all about, the Marine that is on the space station on Mars, isn't it?
Yeah, the moons of Mars.
Moons of Mars, and it's opened up a portal for demons to come and turn people into zombies and stuff. Now, this was the one where you don't go running in with, rocket launchers, shotguns, all that sort of stuff. BFGs. You would literally have to creep around and check like everything is okay to go down this corridor, or, make sure something's making noise or anything like that at all. The jump scares in this game are friggin' amazing. Like, I forget some of the stuff, like, I've played this game many times, and I still forget certain jump scares that happen in this game. But I just love the atmosphere. So they redesigned all the main bad guys. So you still have the same ones from Doom 1 and 2, but they're all redesigned to look a bit more realistic and a bit more, scary than they had been. But the mechanic in this that I absolutely loved, and I played this on my friend's PC first. So we were big Doom fans at the time. We bought this. We had a PC that barely just ran this at enough frame rate to play. Now, don't know if you guys ever played it at all?
Doom 3, yeah, I flirted with Doom 3.
No, but not so much. It
Never
sounds
owned
like
it.
the film, like the plot.
So yeah. So there's a mechanic in this version
One and the same, Chris.
where they basically, you had a choice whether you had the gun in your hand or the torch.
Right.
Because everything was so dark and dingy, you could barely see what was in front of you. And the thing is, you couldn't have both at the same time. So if you had to shoot, you had to get rid of your torch and just blind shoot things. And
Just create that extra panic.
It annoyed gamers so much that when it released on the Xbox, they took that away. So you could have the light and the gun at the same time, or they attached the light to a gun, whatever. But I would have loved to have played this game with like a pair of headphones or something and just listen out for the creepy sounds and everything. I just love how they did a complete 180. I think this is the only installment of this genre that has done this, because now the new ones, the 2016 and Eternal, and the new one that came out this year, are just full on now. They're just fast-paced everything. Yeah, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever.
Jeopardy.
But I just love how they id Software took a chance with this and no, let's actually make this scary. Let's put these players and immerse them into this.
Did it do well?
Yeah, it did. It did really well. I mean, because it was Doom at the end of the day, so people were going to buy it regardless. But like you said, this was the game that inspired them to finally make the film as well. But there was a couple other creatures in that used to scare the crap out of me, and they were a cross between like a facehugger and the head crab thing from The Thing. Do you remember that? Yeah. And they used to make this horrible hissing sound. So when they come on there, then they would hiss, and you go, I don't want to go down there.
They included that in the film as well, didn't they?
Yes, exactly. So it just used to creep me the hell out so much, and I will go back to this bad boy anytime and play it for or please remake it or something. I would be all over that. I absolutely shit myself playing this game, even though I know what's happening. But yeah, the realism, the puzzles, the scare element to it. You still have full on action, shooting guns and killing bosses and all that sort of stuff. But I just love the feel of like Doom being in an Alien film, if that makes sense, or Aliens film.
I think also because it added that extra element of going from because it's 2D. The originals were 2D graphics with 3D elements to them, but this was like a full 3D kind of experience, wasn't it? So it changed it up. Yeah. Again, I didn't own it. I played it. I wasn't able to commit enough time to really enjoy it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was one of the ones that just kind of passed me by. But no, a big Doom fan.
No, but if you get a chance, it's on Xbox now, backwards compatible and
Oh,
stuff.
it is.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah, absolutely. And I think they've done like a box set where you can buy it, or probably on Game
Yeah,
Pass or
I
something.
think they called it Ultimate Doom or something.
Yeah,
like that.
something like that. But yeah, I had to put this on the list regardless because the amount of times I shat my pants playing this game. So I had to make it. But Doom 3, if you ever got a chance, you want to play something different Doom-wise, give Doom 3 a chance. But that is my number 5. What's yours, sir?
Right. So, released in 1989 off the back of the 7th installment of a movie franchise is Friday the 13th for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Now, what? No, wait.
Purple Jason.
Yeah, it was a side-scroller developed by Atlas for Nintendo. I didn't play it when it originally came out because it was released in the North American territories and we didn't get it in Europe until many, 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 many years later. So I didn't originally play it on the Nintendo. It was via an emulator. But because it was Friday the 13th...
You're a big fan of it?
I was all over it, yeah. Let me tell you a bit about Friday the 13th, the computer game, shall I? So you take control of one of 6 camp counselors. Each camp counselor has their own very specific set of skills. So one is really, really fast. One is good with weapons, etc., etc. One can jump. You have to, it's a map-based game. So you have to keep checking the map, pinpoint on the map where you think Jason's going to be, and he may or may not pop up in cabins across Camp Crystal Lake. So basically the aim of the game is to stop Jason killing all of the campers before either all of the campers die or all of the counsellors die. So basically you make your way around the map, and this is via, like I said, cabins. You can sail on Camp Crystal Lake itself. There's a foray into the forest. You go into a creepy little cavern where there's an altar. How can I put this? Bitterly disappointed is probably an understatement when it comes to this game.
Absolutely.
Bear in mind, it was released in '89. I think I probably played this about 90.
For its time, 100 great,
1995, I think I played it. But I just think that the most interesting thing about it was the fact that Jason was purple and blue. Now,
blue, that's it, yes.
Yeah, purple and blue. Now, the reason that it is on my list is because A, I love Friday the 13th. Of
course.
But B, it is so... pony that it sticks in my mind. It is quite a contagious game. So I'll give you a few other things about it. We all remember Friday the 13th as a franchise. So we all remember the staple enemies of crows, zombies and wolves. Yeah, they're all present in this game as well. So as you're navigating your way around the map, you have to fight all of these classic Friday the 13th enemies. Mrs. Voorhees from the first installment is also present in this film.
No way! I never knew that.
Floating head. So when you get to the cavern and the altar of Jason,
Nailed it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's absolutely spot on. But when you get to the altar of Jason, you have to defeat the floating Medusa Pamela Voorhees head in order to get the sweater of invincibility. So basically, if you wear this sweater, it will diminish Jason's power whenever you fight him. The most comical, I think, element of this entire game is that whenever you do find him in a cabin, it turns into Punch-Out. And Jason's basically just standing there going, and literally, you have to punch Jason into submission. You've got to do this 6 times before he can kill the campers or you, and the game will end disappointingly.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean,
what a waste of time.
The gameplay.
That's how we got through in the 80s, guys.
Well, the gameplay is repetitive. The mechanics are difficult to figure out. The true horror lies in the endless 4-second music loops that play whenever you are outside. It drives you insane, but I love it. It's just one of those
because it's Friday the 13th.
Because it's Friday the 13th. It's just one of those guilty little things that I enjoy every now and then. I'll stick it on an emulator. I'll play it. I wouldn't necessarily say that I enjoyed it.
Did you play the online one?
Briefly before
that's the one.
Before they killed the online element to it. So if you were to insert the disc now, you're just this sad little Jason wandering around Camp Crystal Lake with no one else present. It's quite
them all.
It's a shame.
He's won, hasn't he? That's
He's won. Technically, there's no more cameras.
That's exactly what he wants.
Jason wins. But there's actually figures of the purple and blue Jason.
Yeah, so iconic. And I think that, who was it? NECA. So
That's it.
Yeah, NECA actually, so you can get Funkos. Funko released a couple of versions of it.
Did they?
NECA have done like a full 6-inch version or whatever size it is. The developers went to NECA and said, can we please produce this figure as an apology for that game? I've downplayed it a little bit.
In the 80s, it was amazing, though.
It was acceptable in the 80s, folks. It's quite enjoyable if you're prepared to, really...
At least it worked.
It worked.
Yeah.
It did work, yeah. It did.
At least they released it and it worked.
Trying to defeat him 6 times with no memory stick.
No. I mean, I used to get frustrated after 5 minutes and just fucking...
I would as well.
Yeah.
Who was the best one? Runner, jumper,
No, I think it was Fighter, actually.
Fighter?
Because he would appear
it.
more often than not. And every single time he appeared, you go into a cabin and he was there, you get a little pang of anxiety. But yeah, as soon as you get into the Punch-Out, that's it. My memories of Mike Tyson's Punch-Out comes flooding back.
Someone needs to edit that and put the Punch-Out theme.
Did it have like Jason Voorhees' face with like some text coming out? Okay.
Oh, mate, that was great. Yeah. What were the names of
Your
characters?
tears will make a good
sorry?
The name of the characters in Punch-Out that we talked about.
I can't remember now. Go back and listen to the episode. It's a great episode.
Pizza pasta. And
Something like that, yeah. So stereotypical, it's unreal. But anything else on Friday?
No, I don't think I can eke anything more out of that one.
Play it, guys. It's a classic. Let's go to the number 4s.
Number 4.
So then, Chris, what is your number 4 then, sir?
Number 4, right. So we are hitting the year of 99. And we're going...
Still Dreamcast?
No.
I like how we guess the consoles for this now. PS2?
It's not.
Oh, okay. I don't know then.
Okay.
PC?
No. It's from the Rising Sun. Japan. The N64.
Oh,
yes,
okay.
yes.
And this one is another one where like the theme is running through. You wouldn't actually think it's horror, but it's just horror.
I'm trying to think of a horror game on the N64.
Turok 2. Seeds of Evil.
Oh my god, yeah.
So like the first level is a little bit alien, dinosaurs, and then it just goes full out alien horror. Like
the first one did that as well. Like to the last level was all an alien.
You know, I didn't play that as much because it wasn't so much. There wasn't so much of a plot. Like they done
just
everything.
shoot.
Yeah, they
just shoot dinosaurs.
There's always a plot.
But the hype for Turok 2 for me, like when it was like, what was it?
You had to get the expansion pack for that as well to get it to
was
run.
Was it Mean Machine? No, not Mean Machine. What was the... It was the N64 official magazine. What was that called? I don't
know.
But yeah, that
Nintendo
one.
official.
The way that they did their marketing, and the way like the colours and everything, they just made this game like... and the hype of it.
I remember with that second Turok, but didn't they produce a comic book as well?
Yes, possibly, yeah.
Just to push that market in a bit further.
So this one starts with like 150 years after the first one, you kind of awaken this ancient alien evil, and then you have to go around protecting these 5 like totalist things, which are basically like its prison. It's trying to break it. So this massive alien, it's a bastard. To this day, I hate this guy. Like the rage I'm feeling right now, because this game was so
memories.
fucking hard.
Yeah.
Right? And I didn't like to ever cheat. Like I didn't
You could
cheat.
do codes and stuff, right?
Yeah. So there's only a few times I cheated. Once was when I got near the end of Tomb Raider, and then my sister deleted the memory card.
Oh.
So I was on the Colosseum,
Savage.
and I was like, the rage. So that one. And then this game, where I'd spent so long trying to kill the final boss, that I tried it with infinite health, unlimited guns. And I still have never won.
What?
He literally reversed Darmon with me. Like, Doctor Strange, he just keeps coming back to life. There's something that I wasn't doing as a kid. And I cannot beat. I've never beaten it. Never known anyone to beat it. Did you ever beat it?
No, I don't. Do you know what? I think I've only ever played the first Turok. I never played Turok. There's 2 and 3
The
as well,
alien
man.
horror in it is so deep and like it has one of the best ranges of guns. There's like
The guns were good.
the guns, and it had like the cerebral bore, which was like this heat seeker, instant death on multiplayer or anything, and it was like this ball that locked on, flew around, and then drilled into their head and drilled all the fluid out. Just like, you just see him, you see him firing and your mate's running away on multiplayer. He's like, oh, fuck off. And you've got to try either get into like some water, or if you were the raptor, that was the only thing sort of quick enough to.
Okay.
And it tried to do the multiplayer to kind of keep up with GoldenEye.
Like the 4-player split screen stuff.
Yeah,
Right.
but nothing ever came close to GoldenEye.
Nothing can replace GoldenEye.
No,
Chris.
so everything tried to be a GoldenEye beater, but it never was. And the reason I put this up here is because I played this game for so long, I put so much time into it, and it truly beat me. And the reason it's so like high is that, well, not as high as it should be, is that if you miss something, like you had to go back, and the levels were so huge that you'd spend you spend more time trying to either find this one thing that you did for that to get to the whole point, and it just got a bit annoying. But obviously the horror of this game, the terror of like either not having enough health or
so it's like the feeling of like, am I going to make it sort of thing?
well, you know, like in certain games where you know you've got to go in that room, but you know your ammo's not. Normally, lucky enough, you go in there and there'll be a box there, but you don't want to have to be in this like save loop.
Yeah,
where you got no life, you're just fucked. But it's just so much time. But this one, and never carried on because Turok 3 just seemed to be like, why even have dinosaurs? Let's put them in a city where they have jobs. Basically, it was basically Turok Sims, and it was awful. And they just kind of
they did a remake as well, didn't they?
Yeah,
well,
the remake is meant to be kind of good, but. It's just how much
they've done another
single time. Because the N64, there was a lot of GoldenEye was multiplayer, and then Turok was like, because there's only there's only so many times you can complete GoldenEye, but that wasn't true. I wanted to do something else, and I wanted it to be close to GoldenEye, but not GoldenEye. Yeah. So it was just the amount of time that I put onto it, and it beat me. I've never had a game. Beat you with unlimited life, unlimited out. I had it all.
Would you go back and retry? Because they have re-released them on these consoles.
I'd like to know how to beat
go back and
because who knows, if I die, is that my unfinished business?
This is it.
Oh my God.
I come back to haunt anyone who doesn't finish time 2.
His destiny is to beat Turok 2.
Yeah. So this one, the N64, well, Nintendo didn't really do horror.
No, that's why I was like surprised when you said N64.
It was dark, and it really kind of went from the dinosaurs into just full, like Gears of War sort of style, like that sort of alien horde. It was it's trying to go through like what I played, and then it's like, what did I play lots of? And then I was like, actually, and then I look at it, and then I was like, no, it is. It's even called Seeds of Evil.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I mean.
The theming's there. You just wouldn't think of it unless you played it.
Yeah, I mean, there are certain horror games out there that they're classed as, like, for example, first-person shooter, but people tend to go, it's a horror-themed game.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, we'll take that for Turok 2, definitely.
Yeah.
But nice, mate.
But Nintendo have never really done horror games, have they?
What if they do? It's very once in a blue moon, like Eternal Darkness for GameCube and
but
stuff.
They're quite tame.
But of course they are. They are. But then
they're family-friendly.
They did jump on the franchise, didn't they?
Didn't they have like Manhunt on the Wii and stuff? So.
Oh man!
Yeah, I swear they did.
See that?
Yeah.
I was like, is that like it?
Technically,
do you know what?
You're gonna change it.
It was floating on there. It was floating on. But the thing was, I never played it. That one, I never had it.
Yeah.
It was someone, and then it was. I believe it had it at Blockbuster for a while, or Phil, and then it just obviously.
Then it got banned on a certain console. Yeah.
Is the game even good, or is it good because it was banned?
Because it was banned. That's the problem. Nice. Good pick, sir. Good pick. Right, my number 4 has kind of already been mentioned. Thank you, Howard, for that. But my number 4 is going to go to the multiplayer side of horror games. Mine's Dead by Daylight. Dead by Daylight I think, is the be-all, end-all of horror online. It's gone so much further than it has been. Like, when this game was first released, it was literally just their own horror characters and their own, like, civilians and all that sort of stuff. If anyone doesn't know what Dead by Daylight is, it's essentially a multiplayer game where one person plays the killer and the others play survivors trying to fix generators to open up a gate and obviously escape from the killer themselves. But as this has progressed, they have got so many licenses now from all these other horror movies. From Freddy to Jason,
they still don't have Jason.
Silent Hill, Hellraiser, Resident Evil, Saw. The sky's the limit with this game. Chucky, I think, has been added to it as well. Evil Dead's on it as well. Yeah. But I just love the whole, like you saying, Chris, about playing with your mates. I will definitely not play without my mates on this game. I love screwing them over because if I ever play the killer, I put my mic on mute, so they never hear me like creeping up on them last minute. And when I do actually, like if I'm Ghostface or something, he's got this brilliant ability where he can stalk up to people and just look at them and then all of a sudden just unmute and go like that and actually get him. It used to freak out my mates of this. So another reason why it's on the list as well is because this was kind of like my go-to COVID game as well.
Right.
Because again, we're all indoors doing stuff. I actually had time to do multiplayer. I don't get to play this much now. But then I was buying all the DLCs, I was buying everything to get this game out. And we were like doing schedules and playing this like most nights through COVID. And it just it's definitely a multiplayer game that I have a blast with every time.
I've never played it, but I think you and Gal were talking about it in one of the early seasons.
Yeah.
And you were chatting about it. And I think I pretty much paused the pod because I was like, I've never heard of this game. And then I ended up watching like a good 15-minute like YouTube, and I was like, oh my God, I missed out on this. This one I should have played with my mates. And this just went so far under the radar, and it would have been, but...
And this is it, because until they started buying the licenses, it was an under-the-radar game. I mean, just the concept alone was great, because I was like saying to Gal, it was only like a £12 game at the time or whatnot, but as it's got popular, it's obviously pay more
but
for
the joy
it
is to screw your mate. Like,
absolutely.
Like, if you think he's hiding, because
you seem to forget, because the problem is when you've got a party chat going, you hear all their tactics, like, let's go fix this one, let's go fix that generator and stuff and whatnot. It's like, I can hear you, but I'm muting me where I'm going to be. But I remember once where Gal, aka Grey Fox, who's obviously one of the hosts of the show here, I scared the ever-living shit out of him, where I played as Leatherface and he was fixing a generator and I had my mic on mute, and as soon as I crept up and like hit him over the head with a hammer, I was like like that, and he was, I kid you not, man, I swear he probably would have turned white if I was there watching him. Absolutely unreal. I had such a blast for this. At the time when we were playing it during COVID, they released the Stranger Things expansion for it, where you get to play the Demogorgon and stuff as well. And I was, oh my God, it's fantastic. And they made a board game of it as well.
Oh,
so it's like another hidden mechanics, hidden placement game, which I was like tempted with, but we got Terror Escape at the end of the day.
Similar sort of thing, isn't
Absolutely
it? I mean,
similar,
I have Dead by Daylight downloaded on my Xbox to this day. I've still never played it. Now I know that you play it.
I think for me,
mate, we'll have to do it.
Boxana Day plays it as well.
Does he? Right. Okay, we'll have to organise that. Yeah.
This is a regret, like not playing this one.
Honestly, Jude, if you can get a copy of it, it's very cheap now.
Is it on
anyway.
the Xbox One?
It's on all platforms.
I've still got my Xbox.
It's on Xbox, PlayStation. You can cross-platform with everything.
Well, then I'm up for.
I think it's actually
online.
Chris, I think it's on Game Pass itself.
Yeah.
But for a game that's such an easy concept of just basically hiding from the killer, and your mate is the killer.
But could you imagine how much of a weirdo you would have been sounded if you were just in a party chat and you went up behind someone and then
actually do it,
and just a little squeal pig? They'd be like, this is fucking weird.
That's what I'm saying. It's just like I can't be that person.
It's all the hidden jokes.
Stop screwing up the generator. He's going to hear us, you know. But yeah.
Or there's always one that's shit, like one of your mates.
Always.
You know, it's the liability.
Yeah.
Left. It's just Mario alive.
He's the cannon fodder.
He's
there has to be one.
He's the one who creates the diversion so we can escape. But anyway, good times ahead, but scary times ahead of that as well. Dead by Daylight is my number 4. Over to you, Howard, for number 4.
Number 4, yes. You've kind of mentioned, well, you have mentioned it, but it's an earlier installment. Now, I'm going to go back to my halcyon days of the early 90s when, as a very young teenager, everything was great. Computer games were brilliant. TV just seemed to be spot on. And they introduced a couple of games from id Software. The first one was Wolfenstein 3D, which I absolutely adore the Wolfenstein franchise. Any version of it I will buy, I will play to death, love it, live
Apart from Youngblood, that's terrible.
Apart from Youngblood, that is a terrible game. Yeah, I still own it. Couple of years, 1 year after Wolfenstein was released in 1992, they introduced Doom. Yeah. Doom in 1993.
So Doom 1 is your number 4.
Yeah, the first version of Doom number 1. Now, I say that I prefer Wolfenstein because it introduced, I think, the template of this style of game.
Absolutely.
Wolfenstein has that slight horror element, but I just think Doom does it a whole lot better. It is unnecessarily loud, unnecessarily gory, and we always say it's balls to the wall, don't we? I just think that going forward, and with the other installments of Doom and other games that came after it, you cannot beat it.
No.
For its unique mechanics. So you play as Doom Guy,
Doom Slayer or something.
Doom
isn't it?
Slayer, something like, or Keith Urban, whichever comes first. But what I love though, so we've already said that from the moons of Mars all the way to hell, you play as Doom Slayer, traversing each level to find the exit or the final boss, all to avenge your pet rabbit, Daisy. Because at the very end, when you do finally fucking complete this bloody game, all 3 installments of the very first game, you finally realise that he's holding his dead rabbit in his hand the whole time.
The whole time.
How sad. poor Doomslayer. I've already talked about the 2D perspective, but with the 3D element to it. I think one of the things that I love about Doom is just the sound effects, the heavy rock soundtrack, which I think is very early 90s, late 80s, early 90s, which really made it. But every time you kill one of these demons, undead humans, whatever it is,
it was so loud
when
you
played
it.
Yeah.
Like, there was like that volume, like what was it, 2 to 3 or what? Like when you try to play it at the sneaky volume, it was like.
Imagine turning it up to 11.
Yeah, I know. You're like,
whenever you kill one of these hell creatures, it was absolutely fucking brilliant. So I mentioned about the BFG 9000. I mean, I was always a shotgun guy. Oh, absolutely. But I was always a shotgun guy. I think a little bit of that comes from Evil Dead 2, obviously.
And Chainsaw.
And Chainsaw from Chainsaw Massacre, yeah. So this was one of those games that kind of it took from what has come before, and maybe RoboCop. Yeah, RoboCop. Yeah.
Give a man a hand.
No.
When I was doing my research for this, and I think that they kind of worked it into the film, didn't they? This was all about a teleportation experiment with radioactive waste that had gone wrong. I mean, quite what the fuck they were doing, I absolutely know. You don't need to know. But it opens up that portal to hell. Everybody turns into a hellfire demon, and all shit fucking hits the fan. And absolutely brilliant.
And only one guy can stop it.
But only one guy can stop it, Carl Urban. I just think for the original installment, you cannot beat it. I've got it on the Xbox, parts 1 and 2 and 3. Yeah, I think I probably should give that another crack.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I love how it's completely different to the rest of them is all.
It is, yeah, and
awesome. Even the new one looks great.
The new one's not bad.
I should give that a go.
Yeah, looks fun.
Nothing more I can really say about Doom. Fun times. It was one of those games where you would literally, because I played this on the PC first, so MS-DOS.
So that's how I first got introduced to it. BT's had it on a demo on the PC. Do you remember BT's? Yeah. Anyone who's British might know that.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, that's how I got to see Doom for the first time, and then I was like, I really want a PC to start playing this game.
I played this on an Amiga to begin with. My friend's Amiga.
500.
The 500.
500 bad boy.
But I mean,
went all out.
When home computers were there, they were the advent of home computers, and everything was new, and everything was. And when this game came out, and it felt naughty because how old was I? I was about 14. But even then, you're playing this game, and you're thinking, shit, should I really be playing this? Because nothing like this had come before. I've mentioned already about Friday the 13th, which was quite tame. Other games on my list as well, quite tame when you look at this in its own snapshot of time. But yeah, it just paved the way for what
Game
was to come.
defining, isn't it?
It was, yeah.
Did you know that Doom is available on literally most electronic devices
Well, you
now?
can get it on
you
your-
can play it on the
on your
watch, you
phone.
can play it on the
Yeah.
phone. Someone actually converted it, so you know the help yourself menus at McDonald's. You can actually play it on that as well.
Oh, please,
There's loads of things. It's literally universal, that game now.
I mean, what a setting.
Put it on those little tablets on the
yeah,
the kids
exactly.
have
Kids do it and everything. But yeah, it's such an iconic
Yeah,
game,
just brilliant.
such a classic,
Just
mate.
brilliant. And I mean, yeah, if you can complete it, you get all the way to the end and you defeat the final boss, and it's gory. It is gory in a
bloody gory.
bloody gory in a an innocent kind of way, shall we say?
Nice, mate. Good choice. Let's go to the number 3s.
Number 3.
All right then, Chris. Number 3, sir.
So this is an old school repeat for me.
Okay.
So
what year is it? What console?
Right, we are 2010.
That's a PlayStation or Xbox then.
360.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And it was my number 1 on all-time 360 games.
What? Oh. Was you on that episode?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, it's
And
gonna
it
bug me
was
now.
Dante's Inferno.
Yes, that was
Yes.
it.
So this is another one of those games which is
What a game!
which is not
so good.
like,
How did I not put
we've
this
spoken
on?
about it quite a bit, but this is like it's not a scary game, but the theme of
The theme
horror
definitely
of
is
hell.
Yeah.
Like the stages of hell are scary and they look terrifying and it's in depth, but it's just so much fun. Pure hack and slash, sort of like God of War 3 style. Collect your souls, upgrade your weapons to like these nunchucks and sort of like there's just crosshairs and all your crucifix and all these spells. You basically just got to go down there because you was a naughty boy. You cheated up on the
Devil took your wife, now you got to go save her.
Yeah, you said you wouldn't.
Yeah,
And he
but you
did.
still did.
He still did, and then he's like, "Oh fuck, I better go get her." Never really.
But no, you're right, mate. The vision in this game is unreal. I remember playing this and like all the walls are just full of humans and everything.
The
They're just so
and, and the screaming.
Yeah.
Or there's a bit like with the purgatory and the little babies. It's just
The babies with the blades for arms and stuff like that. It's like
it's savage. But the game's not scary. It's not like
but the vision definitely is.
But it's only not scary because of the amount of weapons that I actually. If I was just running through there with my cloak, I'd be shitting myself.
But I remember the boss battles in this are
so
epic.
good.
The monsters are just unreal.
I think one of my favourites was the dad. Was it your dad?
Yes.
The big fat guy,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
green guy.
that's it.
Oh, he was so good. Yeah. And this one was just like, I had to go in because it was obviously my number 1. And I don't like to repeat, but it's like.
No, but it is good. It's a good shout, mate.
It kind of has to go on for how much I genuinely love this game.
Yeah.
Well, I'd never played it, and after you said about it on that episode, I went back. I haven't played it still, but I went back and checked it out online. It is a beautiful looking game, even though the imagery is just so fucking intense.
It's just what was it? What was the old like Gauntlet Warriors and that sort of? I used to love that sort of. What was were you sort of going through and you had your mage and your spell?
Gauntlet.
Gauntlet, yeah,
that sort of just that done. It just felt
Just
like
dungeons, wasn't it?
Yeah, it just felt like an upgraded
Version of that, yeah.
caverns, you know. And it's just like you could easily. I just wish they kind of had that sort of style, and then you made gauntlets.
That would be cool, like a Gauntlet remake, but
In
Dante's
the hell, so,
Inferno
like, there's
style.
4 of us going through the stages.
So
you know,
freaking
like,
cool.
Yeah, barbarian.
Yeah,
mage, you know.
Barbarian Mage, Archer, all that sort of stuff. Yeah.
Do you know what?
So good.
Gauntlet should have been on. If there's a list of Gauntlet legends that should have been on one of my lists, like for the amount of how much I played.
Well,
who knows?
I think video game companies do watch the show because we mentioned a game that needs to be remastered, and it got remastered last year. So maybe take it here, guys. Gauntlet needs to be
That's
remastered.
obviously what it was.
Exactly.
Yeah, like-
watching the M.T.V.B.
Those sort of games for me are just so easy to just pick up and just take me away for a minute and just
Yeah, it's hack and slash, isn't it?
hack and slash. But there's a fine line of rinse and repeat, and it being samey. Whereas I felt like this had a different. There was always kind of enough for me to do, but always the same. That it felt like fluid.
Yes.
So yeah, no, definitely. If you can, It's only on the Xbox 360. They've never done anything
PS3
else.
as well. PS3 as well,
yeah. They've never done a sequel or anything. It's just a
because the guys that did it ended up going to make
EA
Titanfall in the end.
Yeah.
Visceral Games, but EA published it.
And I mean, I checked it, and it done well enough for that it should have done. But,
Absolutely, yeah.
But then leave it as it is as a beaut.
Yeah, I mean, I consider the remake, but no, leave it as it is.
But then the remakes for me, it's like it doesn't have that lightning in a bottle of my age.
Yeah,
It's
not the one that you played.
It's not the one. Yeah, they're playing it with your mate and just the times. Yeah.
Yeah, because they've done that with Gears of War recently, and it's like it's not the visuals are great for it, but it's just not the 360 version that had that vision for it at the time.
Yeah, because even the stuff that they're remastered, I didn't notice it was perfect back in the day. Every game when I played it as a kid was I didn't notice any touch-ups that needed doing.
Exactly,
it was perfect. They're always perfect.
But yeah, good shout, mate. Very good. I'll always back Dante's Inferno any day.
Yeah.
My number 3 is going to be on the 360 as well. And we're going to 2008 for this one.
That might be my number 2.
And we are going to be Isaac Clarke on board the USG Ishimura for Dead Space. What a banger of a game. And it is essentially The Thing, Event Horizon, and Aliens all in one. Yeah. But do you ever remember the marketing for this game?
It was freaky.
Like the trailers for it were like something out of a horror movie, and it has that eerie Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star song in the background. And I was just mind blown. Like, obviously, being a horror sci-fi fan that I am, this was something that's up my alley. Never even heard of it. A brand new, complete franchise and everything. And it was just everything I wanted it to be. You play as Isaac Clarke, who... he's a mechanic. He's an engineer. His wife was on the USG Ishimura, and something's gone wrong with it. We find out that obviously they're not aliens. They are necromorphs, which are mutated humans. And how they do it is like something out of the Thing. The way they morph into these things and have all these spikes come out of them and stuff. But there's little nods to aliens in it as well. Like there's these bat-looking things that are a cross between that and a facehugger and all that sort of stuff. Just creepy as hell. The atmosphere it builds and the tension of, again, in a dark corridor with all the lights and walking down, and all of a sudden the lights go out. Is something creeping? Is something going to happen? The plasma cutter, which is not a gun, but it's a tool, isn't it? How Isaac uses it as a gun.
It's an engineer's tool.
Engineer's tool.
Lifeline.
Absolutely.
Everything. Because there's that one, isn't it, that can only be done by, you have to take everything off.
You have to take the limbs off, which is, again, unique to something which is not like Doom, where you just shoot them anywhere. Like, if you want to do damage to necromorphs, you have to shoot all their arms.
The first, you're just going through so much ammo.
Yeah, do you remember when you walk in the room, though, and it's printed in blood, cut off the limbs, and you're like, oh, okay, so you start telling... And then, again, something that was brought into this game that I wasn't in other games is that if you feel like you've knocked him down, you can still stomp on him just to like finish him off. You know,
keep going for it.
Yeah,
because it starts with like because it just looks like the Alien and Event Horizon.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ship. It starts with that. They're in that room, aren't they? And
yeah,
they're about to get fucked up, and you're like, oh shit. But you have to go.
And the alarm comes on, the quarantine, the sign, the gas and everything, and But this is the animation for the necromorphs themselves, because if you do shoot them and you miss, they run away and they actually go in the vents, and they won't just stay in there. They will find an alternative route and try and creep behind you and stuff. And how freaking clever was that back then, in 2008? Just everything about this game screams horror for me, and what I want in a video game and what I miss in video games recently. Dead Space is a franchise I absolutely love. When they done the remake, did they have to remake it? No, but again, if you're trying to get a new generation in, I understand. But EA need to make more Dead Spaces, even if it doesn't have Isaac Clarke in anymore. I mean, I would be all over that, like white on rice. Seriously, it's so good.
The dread of, because what I love about it is the subtle lights on the back of your helmet is your life.
Yes, the spine of your
on your spine. So when you're down to like one light, and you're sort of. And
can we just take into fact that obviously graphically it's gorgeous to look at, but the sound effects for this game is unreal. I absolutely freaking love the sound effects in this. It's like, like movies like Star Wars, and they have all these unique sounds to, all right, that's the lights. So I know when that plasma cut is going to get cut. I know that's when Isaac Clarke upgrades. It's just amazing. Like, they put so much effort into this to bring this franchise to life. And even with 3, when number 3 changed it completely. They did it outside. It wasn't on the space station or whatever it was. I still love it. I mean, it grows as Isaac Clarke as a character, because Isaac Clarke he doesn't talk in the original anyway. The remake, they made him talk now, haven't they? But how he, tries to not go insane in the next installments and stuff. And then when I pre-ordered the game, it came with a DVD of a manga anime called Dead Space Downfall, which was the prequel to the game itself, Dead Space. Now, I didn't watch it beforehand, but after I played the game, went back and watched it, everything just made sense. And it's like, if Downfall could be a game or a DLC or something, I just would absolutely love that. But I can't deny Dead Space ticks all the boxes for me and needs to come back. Even if it's Dead Space 4, or just do it completely all over again, do it.
Yeah. Reboot that shit.
Reboot it. Dead Space, my number 3. Howard, over to you, sir.
I used to watch a cartoon that was called Captain N, the Games Master. Do you remember?
Yes,
that?
Captain N, yes.
Captain N, yeah. And in this particular, I don't know if you remember it, Chris, but in this particular cartoon, you had the young kid who was the Games Master. And then there was a plethora of Nintendo-based characters.
So good.
It
Kid
was
Icarus
good.
And Simon Belmont.
Simon Belmont. So let's take Simon Belmont. So I used to watch this cartoon and I used to think, what a pompous prick Simon Belmont is. But we did not know at the time, because I never played a game called Castlevania.
Yes.
So
which one though?
Castlevania number 1
For the NES.
for the NES.
Nice.
So I saw
It's
this
so
cartoon first of a character that wasn't quite the Simon Belmont of the video game, but I then went back and revisited it, and I thought, right, I must get that game, because we had the NES, we just never had Castlevania. So a side scroller developed by Konami, and what a game!
Yeah,
what a banger!
What a hard game as well.
Yeah, and
For back then.
I think the majority of people should know what Castlevania is. It's had so many sequels, so many reboots. It's had a cartoon, it's had a comic book, a TV series, the full kit and caboodle. Inspired by Universal and Horror Hammer films, it has taken that gothic mythos of Count Dracula, and you are Simon Belmont of the Belmont clan, the family who have been tasked with destroying Dracula every 100 years, because he's going to rise from the grave. And take over the world. So yeah, Simon Belmont, armed with your trusty vampire slayer, or is it vampire?
Whip?
No, the vampire killer, which is his whip. You must go and battle Dracula through 6 levels. 6 levels which were cut into 6 blocks of 3 stages. I mean, Jesus Christ. It was tough, but you would get there. And each time you would battle Dracula and destroy Dracula, and you think, well, that's it, I've done. That's it. Nope, another fucking level appears, and you've got to do it all over again and battle Dracula. And
The princess is in another castle.
Absolutely. Oh, God. That's always the way. Yeah, so this was just a great adventure game. Elements of horror. I liked the kind of washed out element that this game had to it, because it wasn't not like, a lot of the colours we have behind us today. It didn't pop, and it kind of gave you that eerie, creepy, gothic feeling. So that was nice. The soundtrack, very 8-bit, very 80s, fit for an adventurer. I think, it was just of its time, and it set the staple for what was to come, because Metroid was introduced into the family of NES games, and then we got the Metroidvania side-scrolling platformer game,
Which a lot of games do now.
which a lot of games do, thanks to originally Castlevania and then to Metroid. This is one that I would just go back and play time and time and time again.
Which you can play again now because of the Castlevania collection.
You can. They've basically upgraded the graphics a little bit, haven't they?
Yeah, not so much, but it's still the classic NES.
It's still the classic game. Yeah, I mean, I just think that it was. I'm trying to think what else came out in 1988. or the years preceding. But this kind of, it changed things a little bit, and then the games that we have now are pretty much thanks to this. Highly addictive, very timeless. What a nice little soundtrack. What I learned recently from doing my research is that the lady who did the soundtrack for this game had never done a computer game soundtrack before in her entire life. So went back to horror films in order to kind of get inspiration for it. But now whenever I hear the Castlevania theme tune, I just think, well, no, but that is a horror game theme tune. That's what it means to me. What else can I say about it, really? I think it's equally as befitting because what's his name? I'm trying to think what his name is. Oh God, Hitoshi Akamatsu, the designer, was a fan of Raiders of the Lost Ark, which is the reason that Simon Belmont
has the whip.
Oh,
I never knew that.
Because who'd have thought? You know,
you should have gone. Did you know?
What, did you know, Anne? The game designer, Hitoshi Akamatsu, was a very big fan of Raiders of the Lost Ark, which is the reason that Simon Belmont has a whip.
Wow.
Oh, you astounded.
No, now I know. Honestly, I never knew that. But no, what a classic. That I had that for my NES when I was growing up, and I don't know if it ever infuriates you, but the knockback when you get hit.
Yeah, every time.
Just, oh my God, that is so infuriating, that. And you just
for games of this type,
a well or something,
it was just
or whatever.
annoying. I mean, games of this type, you work on pattern recognition, and it had that in large amounts. But every single time you thought, "Oh, I've got it nailed," and then you have to kind of reset your brain a little bit in order to go back in for that attack. I just think the mechanic of it was great, and nothing really beats it now.
It's all right.
Not really. But yeah,
such a great game. And it didn't make, because like I said, it spawned many sequels. I think Castlevania is literally on every console going.
It is now, yeah. I mean, I was looking, again, during the research for this, because it's been a while since I played this. It's been fucking years. But looking back, I was astounded by the amount of sequels and sort of reboots and remakes that it's had. And it's phenomenal.
The anime on Netflix, good God, it's so good. Really, really good. Go check it out, guys. It's so good.
It is really, really good. But yeah, I just think this will always be on my list. Is it a horror game?
Yeah, it's horror themed. I'll take it.
It's horror themed.
Horror themed. Well, if you can have Dante's, you can have Castlevania. Anything else?
It's the theme. It's the theme across the themes.
Exactly.
It is. Yeah.
Then let's go to the number twos.
Number 2.
Excellent. So, Chris, number 2. So, we haven't clashed yet. So,
we're about to crash into one another. In 2008.
No.
Yeah. So
spoke too soon.
No. Yeah. This one is exactly for all the reasons you just said, which is
Dead Space.
Dead Space.
Yeah.
Now,
the first one you're going with.
Yeah, because this one struck the lightning in a bottle. This one would come out of nowhere. It was brand new. It was a horror game that. The hype was there, and in the magazine, it was rated 9.8 or something. There wasn't many games that were ever rated that high unless you were really one of the big boys, Zeldas and all of those sort of ones. And it just ticked all of the boxes. And I just remember playing it, feeling. I think this was the last time that I was genuinely sort of scared, in a horror sort of. Someone would have walked in, you would be like, "You're all right." You're like, oh, "Okay, now, I got the lights, come on," But I just remember playing this so much, and then 2 was really good, but it was just more of the, it was.
Would you say that this was one of the first games to kind of take that cinematic experience and put it into a computer?
Yes,
basically, it was everything that I wanted in a game since. And with Event Horizon being one of my favourite films, it kind of ticked this is kind of giving me Event Horizon the game.
Yeah,
so that is basically
totally.
No one needs that.
No, but that's how
everyone needs
that's how
that.
it kind of sold me to. I was always buying it when I kind of put those two, the horror of they made it it was aliens. It was hot.
Well, I think you were right, Anne, when you said about the marketing, because I remember the posters for it. It was just like a hand in space, wasn't it? And that eerie theme.
That one was I'll just take my money at that point. It did his job. I was already hooked, and then you see a trailer or you're just like, oh
Also, did you know? I forgot to mention this on my part, but the trailers we were talking about just now, it's on my notes. James Wan actually directed those.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So,
which is why they were.
Which is why they were pretty good. Yeah, and very obviously movie themed trailers for it. Sorry, go carry on, Chris.
Yeah, no, it's just one of those. It's sort of come out of nowhere, but the hype. It was only like a few months before.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like I was waiting for years and years for it to be developed. You're like, whoa, what's this game at? And you're just like, rated that high? And then you read it and you're like, oh. And then it just became, my mate bought it before and it's like, oh my God, it's so good.
Yeah.
And you go over there and it's like, playing it through the night. And then it's like, it was that good that you complete it with your mate. Then you're like, right, no, I need to go and buy my copy as well.
Yeah, totally.
And it's just like,
I think what was good about this, because recently playing one of the what was it? Not Alien. What's the Alien game? Sit on a Nostromo where you're not Ripley, you're Ripley's
Alien
Isolation.
Isolation. So a lot of what makes Alien Isolation really, really good comes from Dead Space, where you have to solve like little puzzles along the way. You have to fix this thing to open that door, and I think Dead Space did that really, really well.
It really did. And I one of my proudest ever sort of like gaming achievements, you know, like you think of certain things that you've ever done in like trying to beat that asteroid on like hard.
Yes. Oh my God. When you were on the cannon and you got to shoot them all.
Like,
yeah.
There's the bit where you're just like, when you got no health and it's just like, you're still firing and you're like, oh, it's over. Like Jesse the Bunny Ventura, Predator, laying it off. You've finally done it. And it's just like, yeah, I just remember it being one of the proudest. Oh, fuck. I was dying for so long.
You talking about hard mode of that game? Do you remember the creature? I think it's like halfway through it again that regenerates when you shoot the limbs of it.
Yeah.
But you can only kill him like if you freeze him or if you put him in under an engine fire or something like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Good God, that took me forever on hard mode.
Because I used to be like, I want the achievements.
Yeah.
And then there's certain games like, oh, what if I hate it? What if I don't want to go back and play it again? What if it's that much of a ball ache? So I kind of tend to like put it on hard. So you just get hard, medium, easy, boom. You get all three of those achievements in one, doesn't it? Just like normally wipes them out, but this one was it was nearly a mistake.
It's so good. Did you watch Downfall as well?
No.
You haven't seen it?
No.
You get a chance, but you did.
No, that one. But Dead Space would be one of those ones that like, if they do it again, like on the PS, like, and they do a new one, I'd be like, "Whoa!" That's what I was saying about the legacy.
So you would like go back?
Yeah,
to it,
I would go back for a new Dead Space. But yeah, the marketing and the way they hype it would have to be
the same.
Like ticks like what I haven't had in a film or in a game. You know,
I'm begging for them to make this a movie. It was passed on to so many directors. I think John Carpenter was like attached to making the film at one point as well.
But you could see it being made so wrong as well.
Yeah, like
I think because
it needs to be
like
suspenseful horror.
yeah.
But that's a guilty pleasure for me.
But
I'm not supposed to die.
Chris, I think it would be bad because it takes its inspiration from those franchises, and even if you did it right, I think people would still say, "Oh, but that's like Alien, that's like Event Horizon."
Yeah, I think it'd have to be less is enough in that. Like, we couldn't have like the amount of like the aliens would have to be not as much, you know, for it to be the horror.
Yeah, I mean, but there's no way getting around it without someone like Howard saying you can't get past. Oh, that's from Alien, it's from this. I mean, it is taking it from that to make the game, but. I think, like I said, with this world, it can add, if they do it justice with the film, they can actually do it pretty good.
They could do a really good CGI sort of, like, you know, like the Dantes and the Final Fantasy sort of one. They could do exactly what you need it to be.
Yeah, like they did with like Love, Death and Robots.
Yes.
Yeah,
oh, that sort
good
of.
God, yes.
Like, give us we don't need films anymore. Just give us like that.
If they could do that as a my God. I'm just thinking about it now. I'm getting turned on.
God. Cut.
But no, but do you like the franchise or just the game, the first one itself?
No, it's 1 and 2 was great. I never got to play 3, but no. So, but that's one of those ones that, not for any reason, just never got round to playing it. But
finish the trilogy, mate.
That's what I mean. It's there to be. It's there to be got, but it's more a case of the time. But yeah, it is not out of the question that I'll never play it. I don't know why I haven't played it. Because obviously the first
I was about to say why, but
why haven't I played it? But the first two were that good. Yeah,
but no,
I apologise.
that's fine. You can get it dead cheap anyway now. But yeah, anything else on it?
No, I mean, if you haven't played it and you're lucky enough,
friggin' play it, and you will like it.
Yeah.
Right. My number 2, I swayed back and forth so much for this. This was on the verge of being my number 1, and why I changed it last minute, you'll obviously find out soon. And thank you, Howard, for spoiling it. My number 2 is Alien Isolation.
Oh, locker.
Now,
sorry.
It's fine. Anyone who knows me knows I'm a huge fan of the Alien franchise. Go back and listen to them all if you want. But this game is very much what Howard said. It is a complete U-turn from every horror game here at all, because you are defenseless. You cannot defeat this alien, full stop. So if anyone doesn't know, it's a story that's between the first and second Alien film. You play as Amanda Ripley, who is trying to find her mum. Weyland-Yutani has found the black box for the Nostromo before it blew up. And apparently Ellen Ripley has left a message for her daughter to go find it. This box is on a space station called the Sevastopol Station, which is, of course, being overtaken by an alien. So what Amanda has to do is obviously try and find this, as well as try and get past an alien that is stalking her from start to finish, as well as trying to get past Weyland-Yutani robots as well. This is back to what I said about Doom 3. Even though I've played this game countless times, it still scares the living shit out of me, because it's one of those ones where I would never want to be in that situation myself. This is one where the AI, when the guys Creative Assembly created this game, they made the AI for this alien that's stalking you so clever. Like, if you're constantly hiding in certain spots like cupboards all the time, it will figure it out. If you build noise devices to create distractions, it will learn that, so they won't bother him anymore. It is so freaking clever. I have to put this on easy mode every time I do this, because if I put it on easy mode, he will find me. He will stalk me, and there is an achievement on here that if he doesn't find you once, you can get like 1,000 G's or something, or whatever it is. It's stupid, but it's an achievement that I will never ever get because it's too bloody difficult. But I absolutely love this game. I love the fact that you just cannot fight. You'll get a flamethrower later on or something, which you can back away, scare it away, but it will still keep coming back to you. I had a couple of great experiences with this game. So I've mentioned it before, so very quickly, if you had the Xbox Kinect, it was so suitable for this game, because if you moved your head, tilted side to side, you would be able to look over boxes or look down corridors. The camera movement would actually follow your head, so that if you did this and that, but also you had to hold your breath when you hid in cupboards. The Kinect actually monitors it. So if you made a sound or if you made a sneeze or whatever, he will find you, he will get you, and you have to go back to the checkpoint again. Because this isn't one where you just walk down a corridor and it automatically saves your checkpoint. You have to find save spaces.
Oh, it's an access point.
And then saves your game there.
Don't you?
That's it. Yeah. But I also, there's more elements to this game. So there's a part where it's not very rinse repeat. The alien goes away for a little while, comes back, and then you're left with the cyborgs or the simps in this game. And they are just as terrifying as...
It's the look of them, though.
Yes, the bright eyes and the white faces.
They don't look human, and it's really freaky.
Absolutely. And it's a nice substitute for the alien, but it's still creepy. In all the video games we played horror-wise, we mentioned the plasma cutter, we mentioned the whip and all that sort of stuff. There is no better weapon in this game than your tracker.
Oh,
the tracker is the best thing to have in this game, because when you see that dot coming towards you, fucking run or hide or do whatever you can, because he is coming for you. And I love how it tells you how many meters it actually is and stuff.
But you don't know whether it's above you, whether it's below
exactly.
you. Yeah.
And anytime there's a vent or something, I go around it, because I don't know if anyone knows this, there's a little mechanic in it. If you see drool coming down from it,
acid drool, yeah.
You go round that vent, because he will get you. And I remember there was once where Gal played it. Now, there's times where you go into vents in this game. And Gal thought, he will never get me. He won't go in the vents and stuff. He told me he popped a flare, and it literally got him straight away. I would have loved to be there to see him shit his pants. But one final thing about Alien Isolation is that there is a part at the end of the game where you find that the aliens have made a nest at the bottom of Sevastopol. That level itself terrifies me because there are eggs, there are face huggers, there is nothing there to stop these things coming at me, so you have to sneak past them and everything. I absolutely crap myself every time I play this game. I own multiple versions of this game.
Because they did an Nostromo edition, the Ellen Ripley edition, didn't they?
The DLC of it and everything had all the actors come back and everything, and you redo it. So apparently, one of those DLCs was a deleted scene from the movie. They never actually filmed it.
Oh, really?
So they actually made it into a DLC of the game stuff, which is great.
Would you? I know you're a big Alien fan, as a lot of us are, but would you say that the reason it's never had a sequel is because it's so perfect?
Well, they are doing a sequel now.
Oh, they are?
They are, yeah.
Oh,
They announced it, last year because it was 10 years old last year.
Yeah.
So Creative Assembly, who are in Horsham, by the way, are doing number 2 now, which I cannot wait to see what they come up with. Well, if it's going to continue with Amanda or not.
Creative Assembly, if you ever need anybody to play that game,
Or
play
give us an
test
interview.
it. I'll be all over that. But no, very, very close to being my number 1 because I absolutely freaking love this game. Do you remember when this came out? And it's like you said with Dead Space, it's like it got crappy ratings, and then all of a sudden now it's a cult classic. Everyone's playing it. I can't deny. But it made just notch back to 2. Would have been 1. Howard, what's your number 2?
I think I know what number 1.
I think we all know what number 1 is, but we'll go to it later. The number clash.
Number 1.
So when PC games first started becoming a thing, and I've already talked about Doom being one of those games that I play, the year before my friend, again on the Amiga, my friend got a game called Waxworks.
Is this based on the film?
It's loosely based on the film.
Okay.
So the same film, the name of the film, Waxwork, which was released in 1988. Yeah, it's the loose cousin of that film.
Okay.
And I've had to write this down because I would never remember all of this. Right, so it's a first-person dungeon crawler. It was developed by Horrorsoft. I don't know if they did anything else. I think they have. Right. The plot involves the witch Ixona stealing a chicken from your character's ancestor who chops her hand off. She then curses your family that whenever twins are born, one of the twins would be good, the other would be evil. In present day, you must save your twin, Alex, from this fate using your dead Uncle Boris's waxwork museum to travel through time to 4 different locations. So you've got to travel to ancient Egypt, Victorian London, a zombie-infested graveyard, and an abandoned mine to fight a high priest, Jack the Ripper, Vladimir the Necromancer, and the Evil One. All twins within your lineage. So they were all the evil twins. If you defeat these via various puzzles, in like finding clues to solve murders and all this sort of thing, beat bosses, you can then consult a crystal ball with Uncle Boris's dead head in it in order to get some more hints and tips and make your way through to the final boss. Sounds a bit ludicrous. It was an enjoyable game. Like I said, a dungeon crawler, but the graphics of this one. So when I was looking back and I was thinking, what could I include into this list? Waxworks sprung to mind because when you come to a cutscene or you make a decision or you've defeated a boss or there's something that you need to solve, the artwork, the graphics was so visceral. It was so eye-poppingly gory and unnecessarily nasty. It's always stuck in my mind because you had things like impaled eyeballs and people's intestines were ripped out, things through necks. I mean, if you think like
things that stuck with you, so
yeah, if
remember
they did like a Hellraiser, I know they did a Nightbreed game, but if they did a Hellraiser game, this is probably what it would look like. The imagery of this is what stuck with me. So from a horror element, this is one of those games where I just think, fucking hell. Even today, looking at going back and looking at the images of this game just to remind myself, I just think, yeah, they did it actually really, really well. It had an eerie soundtrack, and it was one of the, if you put your headphones on, it would unnerve you. So even though 1992, an early PC game, yeah, it was just one of those ones that I just think it set the tone. And now when you think about games like Dead Space and other the more modern horror PC type games, this is one of the ones that inspired it.
So it's not like a click and adventure thing.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. So it's a dungeon crawl where, again, I mean, like at the very beginning, you have to, in order to get into Uncle Boris's waxwork, which is essentially like a large mansion, you've got to enter a code, and there's a clue earlier on like about 2 minutes before, where it's quite throwaway, but you have to remember the information to enter this code to get into the mansion. If you get it wrong 3 times, then you have to basically go back to the manual, the game's manual, in order to get a code, in order to enter it and get in. So right from the very start, and it was quite difficult. And again, one of those frustrating games where if you don't get it right, you're fucking throwing the keyboard and the mouse at the screen. You're just walking away. What I liked though is
Game Rage in the 90s.
Game Rage, yeah. It was the thing.
It's always been a thing.
Yeah, it was frustrating but enjoyable. And me and my mate would always. It was a silly thing. We just fucking switched the light off. To play this game. Yeah. Certain things would sort of kind of leap out of the screen at you. Do you remember we went through a phase of when YouTube was first introduced, and your mate would say, "Oh, look at this video of this car driving along this road."
Yeah,
you got to stare really closely at the car, and all of a sudden this fucking horrible face. Yeah, it was kind of like that. So you'd always sit there with your face quite close to it, so you can get the full effect of the scare. There was like a lurch type button. So every time that you completed one of these time travel scenarios, so you go to ancient Egypt and you kill the pharaoh or the high priest, whatever he was. You'd have to basically get into a fight with him and dismember him. So you'd have to cut off an arm and then cut off another arm.
Cut the limbs.
Yeah.
Cut the limbs.
Cut off the head or destroy the brain. But every time you did that, and he would reel in hard, and he'd go, oh, blood would come pumping out. And it looked, for the time, it looked real enough for a computer game. Just enjoyable stuff. And that was
I've never played it, but I think I've seen this on like YouTube when it comes to like gory games and stuff.
It's still one of those ones. I think it's ranked up there purely because of its imagery. I mean, the gameplay's quite standard. You go through a map and you click stuff to solve the puzzle in order to get the clue, to beat the boss, to get the thing, to destroy the curse on the witch, etc., etc. That's all quite standard, but thinking back, it was just the images again. Whenever I get an idea about something, whether it's a story or video or something like that, I always think about imagery. And sometimes when I think about horror elements, I think of Waxwork. Purely for that reason, that's why it's made the list.
I'm surprised it's not number one. You've gone quite into that.
Not number one. No, there is a specific reason why my number one is number one, and you'll find out.
Sweet. Ooh. So then let's go to the number ones.
It's number one.
Bring it home then, Chris.
Bring it home.
Number ones. Here we go.
So this is...
Clash.
So we're going 98. We're going PS1.
Of course we are.
And we are going for the worst first day ever. Resi 2.
Yeah, cool.
Resi 2 for me.
Leon Kennedy's first day.
First day as a rookie. I mean, you might as well just retire after that. Literally.
Bigger hazard pay for this.
I was late to Resi.
Sure.
So Resi, I don't think it come out with a bang. Like, I ended up buying the director's cut.
The first one you talk about?
The Resi 1 director's cut.
Okay, yeah.
And then after completing that on the second...
So it's quite late to play Resi then, wasn't it?
So you'd done the thing. It was before like Platinum and everything. They'd done it and they just tweaked a few bits. So the guide didn't work. Which is why it's not number one, because it fucking took me forever to find that wolf shield. Because it wasn't where the guide was.
Yes, the wolf
fucking
shield.
Wasn't. Like, so it ruined my whole game. So it could have been number one.
Sure.
But in that game was the unreleased demo
for
of
2.
Resi 2.
Yeah.
And it got you all the way to the police station, pretty much.
Yeah.
I played that. That was at the age where you played demos to death.
Yes.
Like, what a teaser.
Oh, literally that bit in the store and trying to
the gun store, yes.
You're like,
who are you? What are you doing here?
What are you doing here? Oh, the hype. I was just ticking down the days. And obviously, I remember it was released January 28th. So we're well after Christmas.
Yeah.
But close enough that I've just had Christmas.
So you could...
I remember my mate...
Electronic Boutique?
I remember my mate had it. And it was like, The Simpsons and Bloodborne. You're like, or the Bloodsport. You couldn't... I wasn't allowed to stay that night. And it's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Just like... Oh. And I played this so much at my mate's that I completed it to death. Like, it was like... Next week,
both discs,
scenario A, B. Wayne's younger brother. I never got to it, but Wayne's younger brother could do scenario A.
Right.
2 hours 15.
Oh,
to
the time
save.
limit. Yeah.
I couldn't. I wasn't brave enough. Like Mr. X scared the shit out of me. Like that's why it's number one for me for the terror. Because it's the first time that like going through a door didn't work. Because obviously I hold a reservoir and you got through the door. Oh, thank God for that. I am safe. But then Mr. X come bursting through, didn't he? And
Even just climbing stairs and stuff, he'd come up and get you.
or there'd be these bits where you're in a hallway and you could just see you and you know he's coming.
Yeah.
You can't see him, you're just firing.
That's it.
And you
Those
must have,
fixed camera
yeah,
angles,
but
mate.
you must have wasted like so many ammos with him down on the floor. But yeah, it's just... Oh, yeah, the hype for this game was so long, and it never let me down. Never.
It was worth the hype, wasn't it?
Worth the hype, and it was a short game in the scheme of things, but it was a long game.
But that's why he gave you the 2 discs and the 2 characters, wasn't it? Because they knew they had a short game, didn't they?
Yeah. See, because I played with Jill.
You did Jill first?
Yeah, Jill first.
Okay.
Yeah. See, because I was always same with. I don't know if it was just because of
Chris in the first one.
First one, I don't want to get screwed with a knife. Everyone makes that mistake. Oh yes, I choose Chris, and then you're like, what the fuck?
What's this knife crap?
Wait, let's choose her. She has a gun. So I don't know if it kind of.
So you were expecting? Okay.
But this one, it had the cinematic experiences. It had the gameplay. It had everything. But then you had, was it Ada Wong with Leon?
With Leon, yeah.
So, and then you had Sherry on her little thing with Jill.
Yes.
And then it jumps. Like there's like the game 1, which is in the city, and then the game 2, which then rocks
Which
up.
the lab is underground, isn't it?
And the terror of Birkin.
Yeah. Steve Birkin, isn't it?
On that cable car. Yeah. Sometimes having no health is terrifying, but having
no ammo.
But having all the ammo and herbs. Like everything that I need, like a well-stocked shop, you're like, what? Why are you stocking me up?
Yeah.
I know
because you know something's coming.
Something's coming, and you're about to get, done for. And the bit at the end with the train, just getting off,
so good, right?
Yeah, and I completed this game so many times, just to the.
Well, the giant alligator as well. I remember that.
Yes.
And then you have to. I didn't know you had to release the tank thing, then it goes in its mouth and you shoot it. First time I was, dead in the water.
Dead, and it just having 2 characters, having everything, it just being seamless for how, because it was the ultimate power of it looked like a video game. I mean, it looks dated now, but it looked flawless back then.
Good God, was it epic then, 100%. I mean, that was kind of like my sad part with the remake because you still had scenario A and B, but for example, if you played as Claire and you left a shotgun in a certain spot, Leon could pick it up later on, and you couldn't do that in the remake whatsoever. Or just the fact that they were 2 separate stories, they were the same story, just a different character in the remake. Yeah. It made more sense with the original. Like you had different bosses. And I remember there was a scene where you come across a guy in a jail cell. And that thing it's like a chest burst, but it comes out of his shoulder. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Scared the living crap out of me on that one. Just
I like the cop.
Will Smith.
We always named him Will Smith as well.
Smith,
Will Smith. And then like you see him later.
Comes back later
as a zombie.
Just go.
And you're just like, oh, sick.
So good.
He's old school DARPA chief.
Yeah. But I remember, but yeah, you talking about this game release, the hype for this was real.
Yeah, because I had that demo, and then there was a new demo that was released in a game on our magazine, and that got played.
Yeah, I remember kids playing that demo in youth centres when I was like a kid at the time. Everyone was waiting for it.
Like played like a real game. Yeah, and it was like, I think I was a proper spoiled brat with the trying to get resi. You're like, but man, I know.
Yeah,
full flip outs.
No, same. I had my first job at the time, and I did so many extra hours just to like buy this bad boy Electronic Boutique day one it came out.
But there's like, this is what I mean about like games. The feel like when I used to go into like game and you'd see a game, the buzz.
Yeah.
Of seeing that cover, like. Oh.
Because you never...
Or the first time you flick it around.
Yeah, because you never had the internet to spoil it, like getting an unboxing or see what the front cover was going to look like or anything. You just knew it was coming out.
I'll never get the excitement of reading the game in the car.
Yep.
With your mum and dad in the back.
Yep. Just reading the back of it. Like, oh my God,
like
2 discs? What the hell?
Oh my God.
And the discs were, do you remember the discs were actually colourful? They had the characters on. They were like
that
a red.
skull.
That's it, in like a reddish colour. So just so much effort put into it. And it was just worth going out to go buy a physical copy of it and stuff.
And yeah, this is one where I was saying, like, the franchise, they just kind of stayed with it, even if they've not been as good or... Oh, there's a new one. They do better.
I'm amazed that we still have it today as well. They've not been as great as they've gone along, but people still play them.
I think they've gone too much. I do like the horror side, where now it's more about like the movement, the story. It's not so much the horror.
Yeah. I mean, in all fairness, they couldn't do the same thing every time.
No,
because you wouldn't.
No, you wouldn't.
Why would people go back to it? Just play the other ones again. But I remember watching the opening cinematic for this one. Do you remember?
Yeah.
It was just like you said, watching a movie. And I remember when there was an advert for it, which George A. Romero directed. Did you ever see that?
Yeah.
And when they announced he was going to make the film of the first one, I was so ready for it. Yes. And obviously it didn't happen. There's an actual documentary about the whole thing about him making the movie. It didn't happen.
Yeah, it's just, this is everything that I needed. This for me is probably the peak for me. You know,
sure,
there are other franchises which we get to the honourable mentions, which I could have.
Yeah, same
with
me.
But they were always behind. If someone goes, which one are you going to play?
Nothing just did it more than Resi.
For Resi, you know, it was always the go-to bread and butter. It's like, what?
Absolutely.
I might as well just play Resi, you know.
This is it, mate.
Yeah.
It's the OG.
The OG.
Nice. Anything else on it?
No, just if you haven't, go and
do it. Right. So my number one, technically not a clash as such, but it is Resident Evil 1, basically.
Nice.
What a shock.
But the original, like not the remaster that the GameCube did or everything.
Your first play of Resident Evil.
The first ever 1996 Resident Evil 1 by Capcom for the PS1. Couldn't afford it at the time, so rented out at Blockbusters. And this was the one that, for me, put horror on the map for video games. I had never played really... I mean, I'd played like Castlevania and stuff, but nothing that absolutely quite terrified me to play a game. We talk about like the open cinematics and stuff like that. So if anyone remembers the one for Resident Evil 1, it was a movie. It was real people. It was an actual thing. And we all had PCs that were powerful enough to run stuff like mega CDs, all that sort of stuff. But the fact that this tiny grey box was able to put a movie...
Just see the feet running.
Yeah, the feet running, the crappy dialogue, the dogs and everything.
People were confused, weren't they, originally when it came out? They thought, is it a movie or is it a computer game? What
exactly. And even I was confused about it as well, because I was like, oh, is it one of those click and point things?
Yeah.
But as soon as you popped it in and the atmosphere of the cinematic that gets you ready... and then you're in this mansion and it's literally like go, search, find your way out of here, as well as, you know, try to stay alive at the same time. Very much like Chris says, you start with practically nothing. Maybe a gun, maybe a knife, whatever it is. But it's the puzzle element to it, the sheer suspense of every time you go through a room and that loading screen of a door just simply opening. What's going to be behind here? What's going to be here? Because you knew something was going to happen. Like the first few rooms is nothing. It's like you said, dining room.
The first turn-ins.
And then you come across the first zombie, which has that classic cinematic of it biting someone, then turning to look at you, and then it's this crappy-looking thing nowadays. But it scared the living shit out of you back then, 100%.
To the point where I had to go and get the gun.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. or if you came back to a certain room, Barry would do it for you.
Yeah.
So... but do you remember, like, there's so much to it. Every little excitement, there was something you had for the next room, whether it was a puzzle solve or whether it was a trap or something, or whether it was a new creature, a new boss. Certain things, I mean, like, I remember there's one room that's in a bar and you can't think, there's nowhere else to go. You're practically dead end. And I just made an assumption, like, oh, there's a piano. Would you like to play the piano? Okay. And then you play it, Jill plays it, and then a door opens. It's like, you know, we never had player's guides or anything like that back then.
That's what I mean
your
about
instinct was that, wasn't it?
And when I found it, it wasn't where it was supposed to have been.
Yeah.
It was, but there were so many good points in that, like, proud moments was the snake.
Yes, I was about to come to that. The boss, the snake boss. Which again, no matter what version of this game comes out, that boss still. I'm not the biggest fan of snakes, regardless. But that boss was because you knew if he bit you, you were going to be poisoned. You'd have to go find a medication somewhere.
I went, hell no!
Yeah, straight off the bat.
Because that was a good thing. You could leave certain boss battles. That one you could leave the door.
You can actually leave, yeah.
Oh fuck! Well, you can't go in. You can't progress the game.
No, this is it.
Until you.
And I remember one time where I was, I don't know, some point in the game, I can't remember whether it was towards the end or not, or just before the end. I just went through these double doors. I thought, I'm going to be outside. It's going to be an exit or something. No, there's a massive tarantula right in front of me where, again, just scared the living shit out of me. It was actually the spiders were on the cover of the game, wasn't it? But you didn't think of it because you had dogs and you had snakes and you had all these other zombies and stuff.
Flame rounds.
Exactly, mate. And there was always something, no matter what you did. Like, I don't think there's many games that do as justice as Resident Evil did back then. But I just love the fact that there was always something to solve, something to kill, or something to interact with every time. Even like, there's a shotgun, I'll take it off. I've set a trap now, and now what do? I need to go find something else to place that trap there and stop it, from happening. But from its graphics at the time, to its cheesy dialogue, to its story, is just what put me on the map for it. It set it up, and if I hadn't played this game, I probably wouldn't have been playing all these games that I've mentioned today, or were my honorable mentions, because of Resident Evil. You said it was the OG. I love 2, don't get me wrong. But 1, I had to keep renting and badgered my parents to keep taking me back to thinking.
And it was like, it wasn't quite as... I'm kind of annoyed I never got to play the original.
Yeah.
It should have been where it should have been. I could have kind of had the whole...
Yeah, and I had a mate of mine who'd come around every time and he would help me solve some of the puzzles. Like when you had to find the gems to put on the tiger statue and all that sort of stuff. Just the involvement of it was just legendary,
the terrifyingness of seeing from the enemy, like the bit with the shark, and you can see your feet, and you know it's your feet, and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I mean, who'd have think that? It's like, I'm in a laboratory with my knees high in water. I'm not going to turn around the corner and see a shark. Oh, yes, there is a shark now chasing me.
Yeah, but trying to get out of the door when you're like limping.
Yeah.
It's like,
that was a good thing too as well, because if you were like injured and stuff, you would limp. So just so great. 100% cannot deny it had to be number 1. So yeah.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, like I said, I could have easily just had pretty much Resi 1 to 5. I mean, 7 and 8 could have easily been in there.
Oh,
not
you
8.
put 5 in there.
I love 5. It's a guilty pleasure. It's Jaws the Revenge for me.
Didn't you and Gal have this conversation?
We did.
The first person the first person one, isn't it?
7. 7's the first person.
No, is that what was Biohazard? Was it
Biohazard is Resident Evil, but in Japan.
Yeah, no. This one was the one with the house and the old lady and the old man.
That's 7.
Is that 7?
That's 7, yeah.
Okay, then maybe it wasn't. Well, then not 5.
5 was when they made it co-op in Africa
so
and stuff.
I thought 7.
Yeah, 7's great.
Yeah, 7's great.
Is that the Countessa one?
Yeah, because 4's the village, isn't it? Nemesis.
Nemesis
is great.
Resident Evil 8 is the village, but you're talking about the Spanish one. Yeah. 6 is the all-action out one.
Yeah,
7 went first. Great. 7 and 8 went first-person shooter.
Too short.
I think 9 is going to be first-person as well. But yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, enough of Resident Evil. Howard.
Here we go.
Resident Evil what?
No.
3.
No.
Oh, God.
As a fan of Resident Evil, it wasn't quite my thing. So I've gone all the way back again to the 80s. Now, I previously talked about the fact that I used to really enjoy ice hockey back when I was a kid.
Okay.
And the local team used to play, and every Sunday, around about half time, I'd usually get bored of ice hockey and then go and play on the arcades, which were outside of the pit.
Nice.
So the machines that they used to have there in this particular order were Double Dragon, Toki, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and Splatterhouse.
Splatterhouse, of course.
And I love
good shout. That's the hockey mark. It looks like Jason, doesn't he, the character?
But when this game came out, and I was like, they've made a fucking Jason. And, well, it's not quite Jason Voorhees. It's not Jason Voorhees, but it does it so much better than that damn Nintendo game because it's an arcade 16-bit game.
Yeah.
And they did release it on a platform later, but it wasn't one of your standard.
It went to Mega Drive and stuff.
Did it go to Mega Drive? I can't quite remember.
Then it was like the PC engine and all that sort of stuff.
Because it didn't go to Nintendo. It didn't go to anything like that. It was only one particular type of console, but it was such a beautiful looking, not quite 8-bit, it was 16-bit because it was arcade. This game where you thought you were Jason Voorhees, but you're not. You're playing as Rick. Now, on a stormy night, Rick, the parapsychologist college major, because why not? Yeah, of course he is. And his girlfriend try to get out of the storm, and they find an old scary mansion, Dr. West's mansion. Anybody who knows Reanimator would get that reference, Dr. Herbert West. So they step foot inside his mansion. A scream is heard. Jenny disappears. Rick wakes up. In the hours that have passed, he's had a fight. He's seemingly died, but something has attached itself to his face. The terror mask, which just happens to look like a 1980s hockey mask. Of course it does.
Of course, yeah, and it gave him powers or something.
And basically, he souped up and he became Super Rick. Yeah, so this muscle-bound hockey masked sort of maniac is now making his way through the splatterhouse of the title. It takes its inspiration from Evil Dead 2, Reanimator, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street. The list goes on. It's an homage. It's like Grand Guignol of every sort of game of movie that came out in the 80s, everything that we loved. So I think what I liked about it the most is that it makes no excuses for what it is. It's just a complete gore fest. And yeah, it's 16-bit, so it's quite tame. It's not quite your Resident Evils and your Dead Space and all that sort of thing. But
it's a side-scrolling beat 'em up that I think for the first time was if you had a pipe or a bat or something, you could actually hit him against the wall or something.
So you start off with a meat cleaver, and then I think you drop that after the first level, and then you move on to the lead pipe and then the baseball bat, and then you get a shotgun and stuff like that. But when you hit it, either a head explodes and fucking green blood comes gushing out, because these aren't they're not human creatures, they're aliens, they're mutants, they're zombies. Everything you can think of is thrown into this game. And what's interesting is that it came with a warning, one of the very first warnings put on computer games, that they believed that kids might get affected by this. So they said it didn't have a rating, but it said you might want to think about letting your kid play this game, because basically it was quite gory. So originally they wanted to go all out. They wanted to have heads exploding and red bloods, but they thought, no, we need to rein it in a little bit. So you had green bloods and things that sort of shot up into the air. But by doing that, because these things didn't look human and it wasn't quite the hostile Saw-esque type of gore, it just meant that they could go to the nth degree with it. So even back in the day, you're just thinking, fucking hell, this is pretty gory. Bloody gory. But an amazing game, extremely violent, and I absolutely loved it. For me, this was Friday the 13th without it being Jason Voorhees. Basically.
And it spawned a bunch of sequels to it.
So you had
Splatterhouse
2, there was a third one, but I think by the third one, they changed the mask because of the IP.
Kicked him.
Yeah, it kicked him. Well, number 2, it went to a red mask, and then number 3, it was more like a skull mask. So the further on you got down the line, it changed because I think they didn't want to get sued.
Then they revamped it.
They revamped it in 2010, and I think it's available. It was on Xbox 360.
If you have a physical copy of it, it's one of the hardest games to get.
If you go on eBay and look for it, you cannot get it. And it's not backwards compatible either, so you must have a 360 in order to play it. But they revamped it, and he is like super Jason type of character, super
he's
rich.
Proper beefed up in there.
Yeah, he's this mammoth hench. It's like he's from, not Mortal Kombat, what's Killer Instinct.
Yes,
from that. But I mean, I loved it. He was like a cross between Jason and the Ultimate Warrior, because you could perform suplexes and elbow drops and all this stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
It was proper 80s, and it made no excuses about anything that it did. What I liked is that you get that whole scene from the Evil Dead 2, even the Evil Dead as well, where you think that the girlfriend is fine, but she's not, she's possessed. So he finds her lying on a couch, and then she transforms into this beast, and then you beat her a little bit, and as the beast. I might like to add. I know it was the 80s, but you beat her, and then she transforms back into Jenny, and then she transforms back into the beast, and then you eventually kill her because you have to destroy her because she's totally possessed. But then that opens up a fleshy chasm in the ground, and Jason, Rick, dives into this, and it just keeps going and going and going. And then, it was absolutely insane. And I loved it. And
crazy.
I would play it at every opportunity I could.
Such a good shout.
Such a shame it didn't go multi-platform.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Like you said, until 2010 when we got the 360 version. But anytime I was in an arcade, Splatterhouse, because it was a slice of the 80s, and everybody around this table loves a bit of retro 80s. But yeah, it had everything that I loved, and it's the game that I would always think about when I thought about horror games. That Splatterhouse is the one, because Splatterhouse was the kind of the terminology that was coined for that type of horror film that was coming out at the time. So it was everything that we weren't meant to play, we weren't meant to watch, and I loved it, and it was great.
So good. And I don't know why I didn't think of that, but yeah, I played that remake as well. That remake was damn good.
I mean, it had beautiful graphics, but a very questionable soundtrack.
Yeah, I mean,
I want to say banging soundtrack.
Like you said, it went full 3D, whereas the other one was typical side scroller, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's great. Such a good shout. Any honourable mentions at all? We got some good picks there, by the way. Apart from maybe two clashes, that was it.
That was good. Old school Ghouls and Goblins.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, most definitely.
Mega Drive. I mean,
with Arthur.
Yeah. Castlevania on the N64.
Yeah, what a great
game.
game.
It's not the greatest.
I know.
No, it is. I love that game.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
this is like Wayne's brother Matt. He had Castlevania at Turek, and it was one of those. It was one of the game swappers, I wouldn't buy it, but that's why it wasn't so much.
So you got history with it.
I'll tell you what I liked about that one, because right at the end it takes you kind of like to that hellscape. It takes you out of Castle Dracula, or is it Alucard? Which character is it in that one? I can't remember. And it takes you to that kind of hellscape where, and graphically it looked nice at the time.
I mean, should have been, but I didn't really play it all the way through because I never owned it. Always played it with someone. Silent Hill 1 and 2 should have been on there.
Yeah. Silent Hill,
House of the Dead knocked off Red Dead Redemption, Undead Nightmares.
Yeah, good shout.
And also the Far Cry 3 one. Is it Red Dragon?
Blood Dragon, yeah.
It's sort of but it wasn't so much about it. It was pushing on the...
That was cheesy 80s horror.
Yeah, cheesy 80s horror. But it was... is it Alan Wake?
Alan Wake.
Alan Wake's good. Yeah, good shout.
And I thought, was Soul Reaver back in the day?
PlayStation 1.
It was more... Yeah, I remember it being... the theming on that one. They were my picks.
Nice. My picks are going to be BioShock. Again, it's one of those ones I mentioned earlier on where you forget it's just the first person, but the theme itself is actually quite horrific when you got all the splices and all the, people going mad and stuff underground and whatnot. But yeah, that is definitely on there. And does anyone know a PC game called Fear?
I've seen.
Is it F.E. Yeah, I remember it.
Yeah, First Encounter something, Assault Recon, which was basically a first-person shooting game with the girl from The Ring in it.
Right.
Moments in that still scare me to this day, where you literally climb, go down a ladder, and she's there in front of you, just scared the living shit out of me. It was, but the whole slow-mo part in that game was good, but the horror aspect to it was just terrifying. Callisto Protocol, quite a recent one, which is done by the guys who did Dead Space.
Yeah.
If you've never played it, play it. It's essentially a Dead Space remake, but on a planet that's a prison, basically. So fucking good. Little Nightmares. Anyone heard of Little Nightmares?
Yes, I know that game. I know Little Nightmares.
Yeah, so it's one of those side platform things, but
you play a very tiny character, don't you?
With massive monsters that are trying to grab you all the time.
I love the ending of that
Is that
game.
like the little tiny planet guy?
great.
Like the little, but you're jumping on the pond.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh, yeah.
But genuinely eerie, that game.
Very eerie. Amnesia.
Yes, I've heard that.
Amnesia, where you literally just walk around with a lamp and, don't even get me started on that. You mentioned Silent Hill. The Evil Within.
So this is on my list. Yeah, Evil Within 2.
Nice.
Yeah.
The one that made the remaster, because they obviously watched the M.T.V.B. podcast, which is the Thing remaster. And my last one on here
that was a great game, The Thing.
It is, isn't it? Come on, it's great. It's so freaking good.
I forgot about that.
The last one on here is very much like Alien Isolation, but it's in a mental home with a camcorder, and it's Outlast.
Nice.
Ever heard of it?
No.
Play it.
Okay.
Maybe have The Last of Us on there as well.
Play it. You're batteries for your camera
Oh, yes.
are like the best weapon in that game.
Okay, right.
Because it's another thing you can't do anything, but that camera helps you a lot in that game.
Is it Alan
Absolutely
Wake
terrible.
with the torch the same?
Exactly,
is it
yeah,
like,
basically, yeah. Did they do that? Have you played the sequel?
No.
All right, the sequel's maybe very good. But obviously, we mentioned earlier on the other ones, the online ones as well. Killer Clowns from Outer Space, Texas Chainsaw, Friday the 13th, all that. That's me.
Not many for me. A lot of them have already been mentioned. So Resident Evil, Alan Wake, Evil Within, Silent Hill. But because I am such a big Call of Cthulhu fan, the most recent Call of Cthulhu game, which I really, really enjoy.
Is that the Sinking City or the? Oh no, it's actual Call of Cthulhu, isn't
Call of
it? It is. Yes, I know that one. Yes, I've got it. I've not played it.
What's that on?
It's on everything.
It's on everything. It's on everything, Chris.
Yeah.
And I urge you to go and play it because it's very enjoyable.
Nice. Really good honourable mentions. Really good list there, guys. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the first episode for Spooktacular done and dusted. So shall we sign off and say goodbye?
I think we should. Yes.
Say sayonara. So guys, if you like what you listen to, follow us here on YouTube as well as all our other platforms. I'm sure my editor will put these in here now. Facebook, Instagram, all the whole lot. But also, please give us a like, a share, a comment, a subscribe. It goes a long way for us. Just any little thing, or give us some recommendations on your video games that you liked as a horror game. Either of that, just put it on there. We love the support, and obviously, thank you to Sorry Primarchs for letting us use this location as well.
Thank you.
And we'll see you next week for Commentary Corner, Spooktacular season. Goodbye, guys.
I'll be right back.